Welcome, welcome. Hello, everyone. I hope you're doing wonderful today. And welcome to the Bunny Babble. Hello. So I don't have as many topics as I normally have. You know, I feel like the past few Bunny Babbles have been like an hour, 20 minutes, 50 minutes long. This one might be, I mean, it might end up actually just being the shortest Bunny Babble that I've ever done, because I really don't have all that much to talk about. Right now, today's Bunny Babble, the stuff that's happened this week is more so kind of things that just interest me rather than like huge events and stuff like that. And if you're curious as to what the background music, instead of hearing your typical like ASMR jazz instrumental, this is more lore music, yippee. I'm gonna be doing like different tracks and stuff like that. This one's very, I like this one. This one's calming. This is one of the calming ones. So hopefully you enjoy the wonderful lore music. And if you didn't see yesterday's video, I would heavily recommend it. It's probably my worst performing video of recent times. It's just, I go over a lot of different stuff to do with the lore. So if you don't know too much about my lore, that video will get you invested. It'll get you interested in my lore, and it essentially shows off a lot of huge projects that I'm working on, be that lore music, the anime. There's going to be an anime made for me. It's just going to be an anime opening right now. Hopefully in the future I might be able to actually do full-on episodes and stuff like that. That would be absolutely awesome. And I just kind of ramble on about stuff that I'm really passionate about. So I would really appreciate it if, you know, if lore is something that's, even if you like, don't think of this as VTuber lore, because like it kind of goes beyond VTuber lore. Instead of thinking about it as VTuber lore, think about it as my story, the story that I'm telling, because it's more than just Shiri. It's an entire world and stuff like that. So I would 100% check that video out if you haven't already. If you were kind of like hesitant on watching it because, you know, you were like, oh, VTuber lore, I don't really care about VTuber lore. Just like, if you like for example, if you liked my ASMR and stuff like that, that was lore. That was my, like, whenever I was doing a lot of my ASMR was lore. So if you liked my ASMR, and you know, if you were watching me from when I did ASMR, this would be something that would interest you. And it's essentially just kind of me calmly talking. But I'm gonna stop shilling this thing. That's not the major thing that I really wanted to talk about today. But that is something that I did want to bring your attention to in case you haven't seen it. But this is indeed a Bunny Babble. If you don't know how a Bunny Babble works, this is the 12th episode. Essentially, I ramble on about topics. I babble, if you may, about topics that are either interesting, are current events, are VTuber news, things that just overall interest me. I essentially like give you updates as well, and I just talk about the things that have happened through this past week. You know, obviously things that were done in the beginning of this week, the internet moves very fast, so it could be old news at this point, but this could be the first time you're ever hearing about something. And for some people, the Bunny Babble is essentially your news source, you know? Like, some people only watch me for their like little hints of what's going around on the internet. So I try to include pretty much anything and everything that could either interest you or you might even find important and stuff like that. And what makes this unique compared to some of the other videos is I do a little jingle. So if you ever hear people commenting about jingles or jingle or anything like that, that comes from the Bunny Babble. Essentially, because these videos are normally very long, it's expected that you're not going to be giving me your full attention, especially for the entire duration of the video. So whenever I switch to a new topic, or I have a new topic going, I always make sure to jingle my bells. I do a little jingle. I tell you what the topic's going to be about, and then you could decide then and there whether or not you want to keep me on the back burner and not really pay attention to what I'm saying, or you can, you know, if it interests you, you would tune on in, and then when the next jingle happens, you can decide whether or not it's worth giving your attention for. So yeah, we are going to jingle time for what topic we're doing right now is actually going to be me. I'm gonna give my little updates. I'm gonna give my little current events of what's happening in the Shirybun world, stuff like that. There are two major things that I kind of want to bring attention to. One I talked about a little bit earlier. I have a new lore video. That's the thing that I posted yesterday. I didn't do the fluffle kerfuffle because I want to spend more time on that to make sure it's perfect. I don't want to rush it, anything like that. So the fluffle kerfuffle isn't going to be like this week, or it's going to be the week after, because the next video is going to be a thump and bark, and then next week on Saturday it's going to be the fluffle kerfuffle. So this Saturday is going to be the funny thump and bark, which is, you know, the interview thing. I believe the person that it's going to be on is the voice actor for Nokotan. It is an anime that was airing this season. It's like all about a really funny deer anime, and I managed to grab the voice actor for that, and we get to go over a lot of like cool fun stuff. And then the week after that, on Saturday, we're going to be having the Fluffle Kerfuffle. The first topic is going to be about favorite animes, and it'll be funny. And I was kind of thinking about the topic after that will be more of like a game show. There's also other things that are in the works currently in the Shirybun under the behind the scenes. There's a new project that I'm thinking on working on, which Puff would be editing instead of Jack. And it's essentially going to be, because, you know, I'm a fan of lore. I like lore. You know, I can't only talk about my lore, and I'm always very, very interested in other people's lore. So we were going to try and do a noir style thing where, you know, the film's in black and white. It's very themed. You got like a bulletin board, and it's pointed on all these different lore facts. And I'm going to go over different VTubers lores and deep dive into them and explain, like, for example, our first target is going to be Amelia Watson, as long as this gets done in a timely fashion. And so we would go over Amelia Watson's lore, as well as all of the lore surrounding the people that directly involve her. So we'd be going over Guragura's lore, Kali's lore, stuff like that. And it all would be themed in a fun, like, detective noir, detective bun way. And, you know, I do the dramatic thing of like, I never saw the bullet coming. You'd be surprised sometimes. Sometimes the detectives are the ones that really need detecting. Time passes by for everyone. I never thought it'd move so fast, but now it's like I'm chasing a jaguar down the highway. I completely lost sight of it. You know, do some cool, fun, noir, very, like, you know, dramaticize things, and then deep dive into it, and it'll be really cool, really fun. That's the next project idea. I'm not entirely sure what it's going to be called yet. Maybe like, I don't know, it's like lore. I don't know. We'll come up with something fun. But that's one of the project ideas that we have for a new Shirybun, like, I don't know, series and stuff like that. So, you know, we got the bunny babbles, we got the thumping barks, we're gonna have the fluffle kerfuffles, and then we're, you know, hopefully we'll be able to have this noir themed new thing coming out kind of soon. And the other thing that I wanted to, you know, I had the lore video. I recommend watching the lore video. There's lore stuff. I like lore. That's that. And the other huge announcements that I want to talk about, and what I want to kind of bring your attention to, is the other channel. It just hit 1,000 subscribers. All of the clips, if you're wondering why you haven't seen any clips or daily content, daily posting on this channel, it's because now we have the Daily Dose of Shiritonen, which is the third channel. And every single day, you will be getting a Shirybun clip. That is going to be our clip channel. The @ for it is Shirybun Clips. The name of the channel is called Daily Dose of Shiritonen, and so far it's been going really, really good. I've been, you know, the first video got like around like 5,000 views, which is totally awesome. And, you know, of course there's going to be some fall off after that because I'm not pushing it as hard. Like, I'm not gonna go on all of my social medias and different YouTube accounts and announcement page of my Discord for every single new video that's being posted on the clip channel. So obviously it's not going to be as like popping as the first one, but I'm hoping that we can continue to ride the traction and continue to, you know, grow this channel at a absurd rate. I mean, the channel's only been up for 2 or 3 days and it already has 1,000 subscribers. That's totally awesome. That's insane. That's absolutely kooky. crazy. And I just thank you so much for the support. I plan on having daily uploads on that channel, but not only daily uploads, I'm going to be doing a daily poll. Every single day there's going to be a poll, and it's going to be silly. Oh my God, it happened again. Oh, did you guys have your bets? Did you guys have it? Thanks for following. Shout out to whoever followed me. What great timing. See, did you, I bet you never thought you'd see that again because I said that I turned it off. That's crazy. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, just like how that person followed me, you should be subscribing to the new channel, especially if you enjoyed me for my clips and my short form content and stuff like that. The stuff on this channel is no longer going to be short formed. You're not going to be able to get your 30 seconds to 1 minute like video link stuff. So you should absolutely go over to that channel, subscribe if you haven't already, and just check out the cool clips, especially if it was something that you liked from this channel. That way you can get recommended the long form and the short form. Because one thing that I found super interesting is on my personal account, I always watch the clips. Like, I always try to watch my clips, but they never get recommended to me. But every single one of my long form videos gets recommended to me. I think it's because YouTube knows that I enjoy and watch long form content, or maybe it's because I give the full and complete watch time to the longer videos. So for example, whenever I have one of these videos, a lot of times I watch it back just to make sure that I'm not saying anything stupid on the personal account. And so YouTube sees that I am watching the entirety of a 30-minute to an hour long video. So YouTube knows to recommend me those types of videos. But never once on my personal account have I ever been recommended my own clips. Despite me always, I get recommended, it's the same channel. It's still Shirybun CH. Despite getting recommended the long videos from Shirybun CH, I would never get recommended the short videos, despite me like clicking on and actively searching out the short like videos. Because, these clips, because I want to see, I don't know what clips, I haven't seen the editing for the clip. I haven't seen the clip. I don't know what clip's going to be there. So it's like, I want to know what's being posted on my channel. So, I try to scavenge and see what clip is being posted on my channel. And the same thing's going to be going for, this new channel and stuff like that. So that's why it's very important, if you want to be recommended to both of them, to go to both the channels, because I am an active, like, example of how you're not going to get recommended something if YouTube doesn't think you should be, despite if you try really hard to. But enough about me yapping about my own stuff. It's jingle jingle. Where's my jingle jingle? Jingle jingle. Time for jingle 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 jingle. The first topic, we're going to be moving over to the funny little graphic that I put on, or when we're going onto Twitter. This is where I find my stuff. This is another McDonald's animation. I just really like showing off these because I think it's really cute. I think it's really fun. It's something that I wish more social media, or like the little marketing teams or just the companies do for like their products and stuff like this, because this is really cute. This is really wholesome. This is really sweet. It's just simple. It's happy. It's a nice art style. It supports artists because obviously they're hiring an artist for this. And it's just cutesy. It's wholesome. It like, maybe I'm not really feeling the mood to get McDonald's or anything like that, but it's still cute. I'm still a fan. I'm still happy that I get to see this across my feed. And so I wanted to share this little bit of joy with you as well. Whenever we get these kinds of animations, I always try to plop them in here, even if it's not really much to talk about. It's just cute. So that's a short jingle jingle, but a jingle jingle nonetheless. Just like this next one is also a jingle jingle. This is something that's happening very, very currently. This is about Iron Mouse. So this is old. This is 4 days ago. 4 days ago, Iron Mouse had 200,000 subscribers on Twitch. She is currently doing a subathon. Currently, stop looking at that one. There you go. She's currently doing a subathon, and what she's doing is 50% of what she makes, she's going to be donating to the IDF community charity. And for those that don't know what that is the immune deficit facility, or the immune disease. Basically, the reason why Iron Mouse can't stream is because she has this disease. She has like the iron deficiency something. She it's either immune or iron deficiency. Essentially, here I'll hover over it. What is it called? Immune deficiency foundation. So it's immune deficiency. Essentially, this is why she was a VTuber. This is why she was streaming. This is why she had to use a VTuber model, was because she's been bedridden by this. You know, oftentimes she can't even leave the bed. This was the only way that she could like actually have a sustainable income and stuff like that. That's why she chose to be a VTuber. And that's why I say when like people have their different reasonings to, you know, being a VTuber, I'm serious. I mean it. Like, not everyone does it because they don't like their appearance. Not everyone does it because they like anime. Some people do it because they literally have a disease and they can't do anything else. You know, like she didn't ask to be born with a immune deficiency, but she worked with what she got, and she decided to make a VTuber model, and she decided to VTubing, and it worked out because she was one of the first VTubers, and it was, you know, she was able to bounce up her career because she was one of the founders, and she had a great personality. And now she's doing a subathon. I know in the past, Iron Mouse, for a little time, held the crown for like right now, she is the most subscribed person on Twitch. But what's exciting is Iron Mouse might actually break the world record for the most amount of subs someone has. Like right now, the last time I checked, I believe she had about 250,000 subscribers, which if you don't know how that works on Twitch, there are two different payouts that you can have on Twitch, depending if you are a partner, depending if you're an affiliate / partner or a partner plus program, unless Iron Mouse has a specific Twitch contract that splits up the dividends differently. Essentially, if you're an affiliate on Twitch or you're a partner on Twitch, the split for revenue is 50-50. Normally, a Twitch sub is about $5, $5. I believe they upped that a little bit, so it might be $6 now. And there's different tiers, of course, but if we're talking about just a normal tier 1 sub, it is between $5 and $6. And if you're a normal Twitch affiliate or you're a normal partner, you get 50% of that, meaning that you get either $2.50 or $3. So that's how much that you would get as a partner or an affiliate. Once you hit the Partner Plus program, that split, instead of being 50-50, is now 70-30, where you get 70% and, you know, they get 20 or 30%. So if the money now is $6 for a tier 1 sub, because I believe they upped the price on, you know, Twitch subs. So now you would get $4 and they would get $2, meaning if she has 200,000 subscribers and she gets $4 per subscriber, and this is not even including like tier 3, tier 2 subs, which she definitely has some of. That is, you know, 4 times 2 is 8, and then you add the zeros. So she has $800,000, and if she's giving that, half of that to charity, that means she's giving this organization $400,000, which is insane. It's great. It's amazing. And I'm you know, there's no way that she doesn't have the Partner Plus program, and she might have an even better deal depending on if she has an exclusive contract with Twitch. And she also has an extra 50,000 now from, you know, she's been gaining subs. This was 4 days ago and her subathon is still going on. So if you add another 50,000, you know, that would probably be, I think, $1 million now. So that means 500,000 is going to charity, which is absolutely insane. She's doing such a nice thing, and people were giving shit to Iron Mouse for this. Like, I can understand not liking some like shoujo people, or maybe you just don't like people, you know, maybe you're just not a fan of Iron Mouse. Maybe it's like her voice, or I know her voice is a little more on the high pitched sides. That might annoy some people. You know, you can dislike someone. I like my Iron Mouse. I think she's funny. I think her voice is really, really cute. I think her design is awesome. I've always enjoyed Iron Mouse. I never, like, way back when I was a wee bit, like a wee lad, and I didn't really know VTubers that well. I didn't know Iron Mouse, and I knew Nyanners, and so that's like kind of how I learned about Iron Mouse, was because they were a part of VShojo together. So I learned more about, I was surprised to see how big Iron Mouse was, because all I knew was Nyanners and no one else, essentially. But what some people are pissed off about, especially people that are a part of like the Kai Cenat type of Twitch enjoyers, where it's like real life people and stuff like that, people were giving shit to Iron Mouse because she's now above Kai Cenat, and they're, you know, people are saying, I can't believe people are spending money on someone that's not even showing their face. People are spending money on an anime character, you know. Meanwhile, Kai Cenat is working his ass off, and like, why are they, you know, this anime character isn't even doing anything, they're not even showing their face, when Kai Cenat and Iron Mouse are doing the exact same thing. They're sitting in front of a camera entertaining people. Like, there's no difference aside from one is using a model, which is actually a little bit more difficult. Like, being a VTuber, you know, I don't know if this is a hot take or not, but being a VTuber is way harder than being a flesh tuber. Like, being a real like, you know, human in front of a camera is 10 million times easier than being live 2D. Because like, for if you just have a webcam in front of you, first of all, it's 10 million times cheaper. Like, you don't have to pay money for every single thumbnail like a VTuber has to do. You don't have to pay for rigging for your bones, you just move them. All you have to do is buy a webcam. We have to buy model, we have to buy artwork, we have to buy rigging for that, we have to buy every little panel. Like, we can't just, you know, like, we have to buy art for our characters because we're, you know, we can't just make a funny face and have it work. We have to like commission artwork because, you know, we're characters, you know. It's not as if we can just, like, you know, people when they do the thumbnail, like, if you look at a Markiplier video, you look at some of the other ones where they just, like, they have like their mouth open and stuff like that. And for VTubing in particular, especially live 2D, you have to make sure you're making the right faces, because just because you're making a face, like, doesn't mean you, like, sometimes, like, for example, like, just, you have to, the face, you have to over exaggerate a lot of times for the facial recognition to recognize that you're making a face. Like, not to mention if you're doing expressions and toggles and stuff like that. Like, if I wanted to like make a happy face, I have to do this. I hit 2 buttons to do this, you know. Like, I'm pressing buttons to do those things. Like this, like a lot of these times for expressions and stuff like this, you have to straight up, we can't just make these faces on our own. Meanwhile, like, you could do that. Like, IRL, you can just make those faces. Like, you know, for a blushing thing, we have to do buttons to blush. We can't just blush on command. Whereas a person, like, if they're in a scenario where they're actually blushing, they actually blush, you know. Like, we have to make sure what we're feeling is matching what our characters are doing, which isn't always translated as easily as if you're just using, you know, yourself or a webcam, you know. So like, it's not even that like VTubing is easy. Like, you know, Kai Cenat and Iron Mouse are doing this, like, you know, they're doing the same thing. Kai Cenat's bringing on a lot of celebrities and stuff like that. So is Iron Mouse. Iron Mouse can easily bring on any, like, you know, a voice actor and stuff like that. Like, just because they're 2 different avenues of content creation doesn't mean one, you know, like, entertainment is subjective. Like, they're both entertainers, they're both entertaining, you know. Like, you might just vibe with one more than the other, but just because one is anime doesn't mean this person isn't real, doesn't mean that they're not an entertainer, and doesn't mean that it's not hard. Like, VTubing isn't as easy as it seems. Why do you think so slim amount of VTubers actually make it? The market is saturated. You have to actually be funny in order to make it, or you have to have something unique about you to actually make it. Or, I mean, you could just get really lucky, but then, you know, you have scenarios like Neon and stuff like that. A lot of the kick streamers, it's just lucky that they got in the limelight because of how horrible they are, you know? So it's like, being a VTuber, like, I feel like a lot of people find out when they start being a VTuber that being a VTuber ain't easy. It's expensive, it's hard, and it's like, it's not just a easy, I spent $1,000 so now I can be famous. Like, it's not just I bought this anime character and now I'm popular, you know. Like, I spent 2K on a model. It doesn't matter how much money you spend on a model if you can't find an audience and if you're not entertaining enough to do stuff for that audience, you know. So you people shitting on Iron Mouse, first of all, she's doing a good thing. Why are you shitting on her for having, you know, she's basically giving more to charity than you ever will. You know, like I'd like to see you donate $500,000 to charity. Let's see you fucking do that. I'd like, you know, I've only donated like maybe like $100, $200, $300 to charity. Like I haven't even done much, but you know, I've still done more than you people that are shitting on Twitter just because it's an anime character on your screen. Like just because someone's an anime character doesn't mean that they're not doing good. You know, just be happy for someone. Don't be mad because someone, you know, like I feel like a lot of this comes from either just straight ignorance or jealousy, like a lot of times, or just being bitter. Those are the three things. Like if you're shitting on Iron Mouse for doing this subathon and being the biggest subbed creator right now, then like you're either you don't know she's doing it for charity, you're ignorant, like that would be the ignorant part, that would be the ignorance. You're jealous that she's getting all this money and you feel like it's easy and you could have done it yourself. Then do it yourself. Then fucking, if it's so easy, then do it. Like then you shouldn't even be shitting on Twitter if you think that like it's easy enough to just do. Then go for it, buddy. Let's see it. Or that they're just bitter. I mean, some people, like I'm not gonna lie, there's some people that I just don't like personally. Like I don't even have like a reason for it. Some people you just don't like. Some people you just find annoying and stuff like that. Like for the longest time, Jacksepticeye, I just found annoying. I just found really annoying. He was really loud. He was over the top of everything. I just didn't like the loud equals funny. Now I think Jacksepticeye is chill. I like him a lot more. Like, but there's sometimes like people are just not, and you're just not gonna like someone. Like you're just not gonna like a content creator, and you don't need a reason. They don't have to be a horrible person for you not to like them, you know. But that doesn't mean you shit on them and you hope for their demise and stuff like that. But like, you know, there's some people that like it transcends beyond just not liking someone. Sometimes people, especially on Twitter, can just be bitter. Like they are just not happy. They're probably not happy with their lives, and you know, maybe it's just a way of lashing out in their own like, I don't know, sadness that they see someone doing good and they're not happy, so they don't want the other people to be happy. They want to be living in their bubble of despair. But that's why you got people like me, and that's why you got, you know, that's why I indoctrinate you into the fluffle, so you can stop being a bitter people. I'm here to be a distraction. I'm here to distract you from your shitty life, you know. And you know, not all lives are shitty, but you know, there's always going to be shitty parts of life, and I'm here to give you distractions from those, and just like, I don't know, be happy. You should be happy. Be happy for other people. Be happy for yourself. Just try to enjoy life. Try to enjoy yourself. There's always going to be ups and downs. Like there's going to be times where life is horrible, and there's going to be times where life is good. And you know, even through those horrible moments, like just don't give up hope. Just like tune on your favorite bunny boy and just, I don't know, relax, enjoy, vibe, forget about the struggles or the stress. Just, you know, listen to some stupid internet drama and like laugh at how stupid this stuff is, or laugh at a cute McDonald's animation, or laugh at absurdity of things. Just laugh and have a smile on your face. Enjoy this. Be able to be like, wow, that's not me. You know, like I'm not a person shitting on Twitter. Like I am happy. You know, that's how I feel. And that was a kind of a long tangent, but jingle jingle, it's time for the next topic. It's a lot less serious than this one, and I'm surprised I yapped so long about Iron Mouse. But here we go. There's this one. Not Iron Mouse, but Jingle Jingle, Overwatch is releasing My Hero Academia skins, which is, I wanted to share it with you guys. I don't play Overwatch, but I think it's absolutely crazy that, like, you know, it's just like Fortnite, how like Fortnite has every single thing known to God. You know, Fortnite has JJK in it. They have Naruto in it. I think they also have My Hero in it as well. I'm not entirely sure on that one. But like it looks like Overwatch is following suit with Fortnite, and they're just bringing in, you know, just anime collabs and collabs in general. I mean, who knows, maybe in the future Overwatch is gonna have like Attack on Titan characters. Like, I don't know, you can have I don't know, but it's just, I thought this was crazy. I don't really have any inputs because I don't play Overwatch 2. I think Overwatch, like, I used to play Overwatch way back in the day when Overwatch first released and stuff like that. I was an avid Hanzo enjoyer. I loved my scatter shot, and as soon as they took away my scatter, I stopped playing the game. And that was kind of the end of it. And now I find Overwatch a little bit not the best. I'm not a big fan of shooters. If I'm gonna play any single shooter, it'd probably be Apex. That's the only shooter that I really kind of enjoy playing. Not the biggest fan of Overwatch. I especially don't like how they got rid of their PvE despite promising it, and that was the whole reason for Overwatch 2, was to have a really cool PvE thing. And they ended up scrapping it and basically just lying to everyone. And so that's why I'm not the biggest fan of Overwatch. They kind of dropped the ball, and I'd rather just play other games. But I do think that it's cool that they're doing this. Like I do think this is cool. So I give them that. I think it's cool. I think it's a little like really funny. I definitely laughed at it. And now up next, this one's insane. This one's absolutely insane. So this is Genshin Impact X KFC. That's the KFC guy. That is our KFC man. This is a KFC. This is the official KFC, not the person who posted it, but what they got it from is the official Japanese KFC. And that is absolutely insane. How is KFC getting, and like, if this cool of an animation, what is happening? And that is, I think that's supposed to be Colonel Sanders. Like, I'm pretty sure that's supposed to be the chicken guy. And look at this thing. That's absolutely insane. You know, like I was talking about McDonald's having like this clean animation and stuff like this. KFC heard me and was like, hold my beer. Let me do it better. Like, this is full on amazing animation, really stylized. They got the Genshin, they got the cute anime thing. They have, you know, they're probably good music. You're not hearing the music. I'm not playing the music because I don't want to get, I like money. I want money. I'm not going to get copyright struck. So like, but he's hot. I mean, like, I already knew people were simping over Colonel Sanders. Like, I'll be honest. I knew people were simping over that KFC mustache man. But now that they made him anime, I kind of get it. I kind of get it more. You know, like I'm kind of all for it, you know, like if this, you know, he makes chicken, he provides cock, you know, in the form of KFC chicken, fried cock. And you know, I get it. That's all I'm gonna say. And we're gonna move on. We're gonna jingle to the next topic. Jingle jingle. I hope I jingled for Colonel. I hope so. He deserves it. So jingle jingle. We're up next. Jingle jingle jingle. It's another video. It's funny. Hatsune Miku. See what I mean? There's not that much to talk about this, you know, this funny Babble. It's more just me showing you cool things. The only thing that's like actual current news was probably the whole Iron Mouse thing. But this is Hatsune Miku. They're making a Hatsune Miku anime movie, which is, it's insane. It's insane. They're making the Hatsune Miku anime. What? That is the last. I hope they have Kagami, like the twins. I want my Kagami twins. You know, I hope they just include a lot of different Vocaloids. Like that's, I'm assuming this anime is going to be very heavy on the music. Probably very Vocaloid-y voices. If you guys don't know what Vocaloid voices sound like, they're kind of like robot-y AI type voices. You know, it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea. But when I got my first ever iPod, the first thing I started downloading was Hatsune Miku music and Kagame Rin Inland. Those were my two things that I would get on the MP3 store or the iTunes store. Those were the first things I bought. And I remember walking around with my grandparents who are from Australia. They were visiting. That was the gift that they gave me, was an iPod. It was like an iPod Touch. It was one of the first ones. It was a very like early version of it, and we were walking around the mall and stuff, and it was just really good like memories. And I just remember listening to like The World Is Mine and like Butterfly on My Shoulder, like these old Vocaloid songs. So I'm very happy that Hatsune Miku is getting an anime. I think it's going to be really cool, and I think hopefully if this does well, other Vocaloids in the future are going to be able to get their own anime or anime adaptations. Maybe even like, you know, instead of it being an anime movie, maybe even like an anime series with just like all of the cast, all of the things, you know, something that would be very cool. And so now we're going to jingle again. Jingle 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 jingle. So the Minecraft movie released a clip. So we talked about this a little bit before. The Minecraft movie posted a teaser, which a lot of people took as the trailer. Now they've posted a clip, and is saying that it will be in theaters April 4th, 2025. And it's people are not happy. People still aren't happy with this. People weren't happy with the teaser. People are not happy with this. The character dialogues feel very jarring. It feels very not, like, at some points it almost feels overacted. At some points it feels like they don't know how to act. A lot of it feels like overacting. A lot of it, the dialogue just feels like it doesn't make too much sense. It kind of makes sense for Jack Black because, you know, that's just kind of his style of comedy and his style of, you know, all the movies that he's been in the past. He's been kind of, you know, over, you know, he has a style and he is basically playing Jack Black here. So it makes sense. But this Jason Momoa guy, this is the first time. I don't watch superhero movies. I don't know actors. I don't know actors very well, stuff like that. So I don't know what he's supposed to be like. I don't know if he's always like this. He's a very intense character in this anime, at least. I don't know if he's normally an intense character, but he's not likable. I don't like him very much. He seems not pleasant. The kid also, I don't like it, essentially, is what I'm saying. So far, not a big fan. I think the set design looks really, really cool. I think like the world itself is pretty cool. I'm not a fan of the live action type of thing. And I also remember seeing something, I believe it was by Dexterdo. I haven't like marked it in the Bunny Babble topic things. But essentially the people that are making Minecraft, the director of the Minecraft movie, essentially gave the reasoning as for why it was live action. And they said it was because they wanted to do something different. A lot of creators have already told their stories via animation, and so they wanted to tell their story in a way that hasn't been done before, which is live action. So whether or not you think that it was smart that they did that is kind of up to you to decide. I think it would have been better if they went with what everyone else was doing, because I mean everyone else was doing it for a reason, instead of taking this risk that looks like it's not going to pay off. You know, hindsight is 2020, obviously. You know, the live action could have been absolutely amazing. It could have been a great idea. Taking risks is always good to do, even if it's not, you know, high risk, high reward. Like if this popped off, it would have done absolutely amazing. But I feel like there were steps that they could have done to make the live action feel better. But in general, I'm an anime fan. I like animation, so I would have preferred the Minecraft to just be anime. And now, jingle jingle, we're gonna stop talking about Minecraft movie. Jingle jingle, jingle jingle, jingle jingle. Up next, we got for our VR chatters. Let me make it a little easier for you to see. You're not gonna be able to hear anything, but essentially what's happening right now is for VR chat, they're adding sprays, you know, like in Gmod, how you can spray stuff on the walls and stuff like that. You'll get your own little stickers that you can spray onto walls. So like there you go, like if you're AFK you can put that there. You're able to get like, you know, take real world things in there. You can upload your images via the internet, or you can take a picture using your like camera in game, stuff like that. And you can have, I believe, up to 8 sprays. And yeah, you can only have 1 spray in a world at a time, and you can hide. That's what they're doing right now, is they're hiding things. If you have a person blocked, you won't be able to see any of their sprays / stickers. And it's a cool feature. I like it. I think it'll be kind of cute. I don't do VR chat that often, especially because my back has been not good for the past few months, so I haven't been able to just hop into VR. But I think it'll be fun. I always thought like it'll definitely lead to funny moments. There's definitely going to be interesting ones, like not safe for work and that stuff. Probably a lot of I can see them, they might revert this, they might not revert this. I can definitely see it causing a lot of turmoil, like if you're going into a public world and you're slamming, you know, not safe for work images onto the walls and stuff like that, on top of, you know, hateful imagery and stuff like that, because you can upload stuff. But it is only for like VR chat like members, or if you have like Vrchat Plus or whatever it's called. So you would have to pay money to get your account banned, because I'm sure if you post gore or like horrible stuff, then like your account's gonna get banned. And so I mean, you spent $5 to get your account banned. Congrats, So either way, I think it's really cool. And that is the conclusion for the Twitter topics. So jingle 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 jingle, time for the next thing. The next thing I don't have any funny little Twitter thing for, but the topic will be about the whole KSI Logan Paul Mr. Beast thing. Essentially, KSI has been doing a lot of responding to the Dan TDM call out. A little TLDR on the whole situation. Essentially, Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI made a Lunchable competitor called Lunchly. Right now, those three are kind of the most hated on the internet, so anything they do is going to have a lot of scrutiny. People didn't like that they were preying on children, and essentially were just making a nothing brand for money. And so Dan TDM called them out on that. All of them did a response. Mr. Beast was probably the best response. It was just like, sorry you feel this way. I just wanted to make a healthier alternative. And it was just the most PG. KSI and Logan Paul were, of course, the more vocal. They were fighting with the community notes. They kept getting community noted, which essentially gives context. Normally, you only get community noted if you have wrong information, and the community note is there to stop misinformation. So KSI was constantly getting noted, and basically the entire internet really hates KSI because Dan TDM made one tweet, and KSI made 2 videos, an entire website, and about 10 tweets trying to basically he kept responding to the situation, which in turn made him almost a sort of like a lolcow. And a lolcow, for those of you who don't know, if you're not born and raised on the internet, is essentially someone that was basically trolls feed off of them because the lolcow reacts so negatively to the trolls. So if someone is trolling KSI and he keeps responding to the trolls, he's feeding into it, he's making them want to troll them more, and it's a cycle. And the thing that makes lolcow a lolcow is the lack of self-awareness. Like, if you are if you know and you're playing into it, that's more of someone like Queso, who plays into being laughed at. But at the end of the day, most of his audience, I believe, respects him and likes him and stuff like that, because he's more of playing the idiot type of character, and he still has his wholesome moments and stuff like that, versus people like Boogie2998, who is essentially constantly lying to their audience. They're reacting poorly to everything. They react to everything. They're like a constant lying. It's like they don't have the self-awareness of they're just not, there's no portion of like their audience that actually likes them. They just created a following of people that hate them, and that looks like that's what KSI is kind of going down the path right now. I think he'll recover, because I know there's a lot of his audience that still really likes him, and I know I do believe KSI is going to recover, but I think it's not looking good for him right now. Right now he's kind of going down the path of like Logan Paul right now, where people just don't like Logan Paul. Like KSI is going down the unlikable path, whereas before, when Logan Paul was getting heat and stuff like that, KSI was more on the sidelines. He wasn't really getting any heat, but now he's slowly going down that path, and losing his like internet good boy points. Anyway, jingle jingle. I thought this was gonna be a shorter bunny babble, but this is 40 minutes in. But jingle jingle, it's time for our questions. I'm not gonna ask you any questions about the KSI Logan Paul thing. I don't care too much about it, so you don't need to write your hour-long comments about it. By the way, just so you know, on the bunny babbles, I read every single comment. I try to reply to a bunch of them. I try to heart the ones that I like and I really like and stuff like that. We got our commenters, like we got Jack, who does really long comments. We got Lewis. There's this guy who has no profile picture, so I don't remember their name because like I don't have a face to associate it with. Like Lewis, I know has like a profile picture of Shizu. I know Jack has like a bunny profile picture, and they're also in the Discord and stuff like that. Someone who does the mega comments has no profile picture. I know you, I read you. I think your name is like Berlin or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But I do read all of the comments, especially the long ones. I do actually really enjoy seeing these page-long essay comments. And my favorite part about them is how I can't even tell what you guys are talking about, because like I'm reading these like a day or two later and you're responding to the questions as I'm like asking them. And so you're saying things like it or they or he or she or it's, and I'm like, I don't know what this it is referring to, because I don't remember. I don't remember what questions I asked first. So if they're saying it makes me feel really bad, I can't believe they did that. I don't know if you're talking, I don't know who you're talking about, but it's really funny to guess. And you know, most of the time I can kind of recall back. It just takes a few seconds of me being like, what question did I even ask here? But here are my questions. Do you play VR chat? Do you actively use VR chat? Are you like a do you use like a full body? Do you use like half full body, and like not the full body, but like, you know, like the headset? Or do you use PC mode? Are you excited about having this like new feature to spray stuff on walls? And then next question would be about the Minecraft movie. Are your expectations going higher or lower? Are you not going to watch the Minecraft movie? Are you going to watch the Minecraft movie? Are you going to hate watch it? Or are you going to actually give it a chance? I'd love to hear your opinions on that. Will you be watching the Hatsune Miku movie? Or do you like Hatsune Miku at all? Do you listen to Vocaloid music? What is the type of music that you enjoy the most? Do you like anime music? Do you like Japanese music? Or do you only listen to English music? And what is your favorite genre of music? If you're, you know, maybe for these questions, I'll answer some of them myself. I believe my favorite type of music would probably be alternate. I like alternate music a lot. I like interesting music. I like music that sounds good. My music taste is very, very varied. The tongue twister there. It's essentially like whatever I think sounds good. So I have a very, very broad music taste. I would say the only things that I don't like when it comes to music, I do not like country. I do not like EDM. I do like some types of EDM, but I do not like when it's like a repetitive, like I don't really like electronic sounds unless it's done in a very interesting way. But I would say country, EDM, and like really, really slow music would be my not enjoys. I don't enjoy those. When it comes to KFC, were you expecting Colonel Sanders to be hot? Do you think Colonel Sanders is hotter in his American form, where he is an old man with like a beard and like, you know, a mustache and the hat? Or do you think he's hotter in this anime form? So which do you prefer? American Colonel Sanders or Japanese Colonel Sanders? Which one is hotter? Which one would you rather greasing you up with his chicken, is like, you know, just covering you in grease with his bucket of chicken? Do you play Overwatch? Are you an Overwatch enjoyer? If so, who do you main? If not, what do you not like about Overwatch? And if you do play Overwatch, are you excited for this skin line? That's my question. That's it. That's all for that one. And then for Iron Mouse, do you know Iron Mouse? Do you watch Iron Mouse? Do you like Iron Mouse? Do you think Iron Mouse deserves the hate that she's getting for just having a lot of subscribers? Or do you think, like, you know, it's kind of unfair? Do you think people are just jealous and bitter? I'd love to hear your opinion on that. I kind of already gave my opinions on this. I've been pretty clear on my stance of like, I don't think you should, you know, spread hate or be bitter or be jealous on the internet. You know, you're allowed to just not like someone, but that doesn't mean you gotta like, you know, bash on them. You know, it's just not something that I enjoy doing. It's not something that I've always been against that type of stuff. And the last thing is, do you like seeing the little Minecraft animations? Are you a fan of them? Do you think it's just nice? Or are you sick and tired of seeing these McDonald's animations, you know? And so now we have our weekly BBQ. We're gonna jingle for this because those were the basic questions. Now, jingle, it's time for our weekly BBQ, which stands for the weekly Bunny Babble question. It's amazingly named. I believe Jacked came up with that name. Of the three channels that I have, which one do you think is your favorite? I know you may be a little biased because you're watching it on the Shirybun CH channel, but that doesn't mean that that's always going to be the case. So, like, do you prefer the Shirybun ASMR? Because, like, you know, you could just be, you know, copium waiting for my next ASMR upload, which should be hopefully tomorrow. You know, maybe hopefully tomorrow, fingers crossed. I am working on recording and stuff like that. I'm getting out our Patreon exclusives and the Patreon personal audios and stuff like that. That is something that I'm recording and working on and stuff like that. You know, do you like the Shirybun CH channel, which will have long form type of content? You got stuff like the Bunny Babble. You got stuff like my ranting, rambly, rabbit rants. You know, the thump and barks and stuff like that. Or do you like this new daily dose of Shirybun channel? All of which completely valid. So do you like short form, do you like ASMR, or do you like long form? Is essentially your 3 choices. And thank you so much for coming. You know, I appreciate you watching this far in. If you haven't subscribed already and you made it this far in, I can't see why you wouldn't be subscribed. You absolutely should. I'll make sure to jingle later on next time for, you know, whenever I just in the middle of the video, I'm gonna jingle to subscribe next time. And if you liked the video, make sure to like it. If you didn't like it, that's okay. What, you expect me to say something fucked up? You want me to, what do you want me to say? You want me to say some weird unhinged shit about you disliking the video? If you didn't like the video, you don't like it. That's fine. That's acceptable. You know? Good luck finding your keys, though. They're not in their usual spot. Just saying. Anyway, leave a comment. I'll go through comments. I gave you plenty of questions to comment below. I always love reading your comments, and I go through every single one of them. And, as always, this bunny boy bellows you bye-bye. Or beckons you, bellows, bombastic bye-bye. The bunny boy bellows a bombastic bye-bye. At you, for you, to you. So, bye-bye. Bye-bye, bye-bye, bye-bye.